Hi everyone, Natasha here. Welcome to Natasha's Healthy Living, where we are nurturing wellness naturally. One of the ways that I like to do that is by using a paper planner, which allows me to slow down, take a break from screens for a little bit, and be a more mindful person as I go through my day. So I have my Jane's Agenda planner here. This is everything that I've been using for the month of March, and a whole collection of things to change over and switch out my planner and give it a little refresh for the month of April. So grab your planning supplies if you need to do a little refresh or even a little planning ahead in your planner, and we can work together. Stay tuned for that, and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today. It is late in the day on Friday. Everyone was off today. It's the last day of our spring break, not counting the weekend for my daughter at school. So we have had a really nice week. We've done some fun things here and there, but my husband and I have also had kind of our usual work schedule, but we've tried to sprinkle in just fun family times and fun things for my daughter to do today. So we did a lot of just stuff out and about together as a family this morning and came back and kind of all rested. I took a nap and I feel much better. So now it's time to do something fun for me up here in my office and reset my planner for the month of April. So if you're new here, welcome. I like to share planning videos because that's one of my hobbies, passions. It's just a key part of every day for me and how I like to stay organized, be productive, be a little creative as well. And I have a lot of things here from Jane's Agenda. I am a Jane's Agenda affiliate, so you'll find my affiliate link in the description box down below. If you're brand new, you've never ordered from Jane's Agenda before, there is also a coupon code you can use and you'll get a little bit off your first order. And I do always appreciate when you use my affiliate links. It just helps support my family. It helps me be able to do things like have a flexible schedule and be able to go do fun things when my daughter's off of school, and makes a big difference for our family. So this is my planner as it is now. I'll kind of give you a quick flip through so we can just talk about what's going to be changing out. So if you didn't catch, I think I shared it in last week's video, I've added this little emblem here. This came out of one of my Jordan Essentials stashes of some things from one of our events. And I just have these all stuck down with some of that sticky tack or museum putty. If you search museum putty, you can find it on Amazon. Then I have the cover and the cardstock that came in the March box. I never ended up changing it out to anything different. I've been enjoying that. And one of the other things that I kind of updated was I always keep a page finder where I can flip to the day easily enough. So this was today, but I was kind of struggling to get to March and find my my March calendar, the monthly spread. So when I turned the tab, then I had to turn to some of my other pages. You can see that layout there. So what I added was a Jane's Agenda inbox hybrid page finder dashboard. I think they're called a hybrid dashboard. So they're wide enough for a standard sticky note to stick on here, and I just flipped it upside down so that when my planner is closed, I can, or even when I'm in the middle of working on something, I can reach for that tab down at the bottom and easily open to my monthly spread, which has worked out really well. And then I ended up not doing some of the same setups I had done in other months. In January and February, I had a couple of additional pages. I had my monthly habit tracker and a gratitude page, and it got to be the second week of March and I still hadn't set them up, and I just decided maybe I don't need them. March is kind of busy. I work part-time for an accountant, but we also do taxes. She does small business accounting and taxes. So this time of year, I'm working a lot of extra hours and we're just kind of busy in general, and I felt like it's a great month to skip that and just do the basics. So I do like having this review page, and I use some of the stickers from the washi tape shop. So let's see, I think that roll is somewhere else, but I have those. If you want to check out, I think I have an affiliate link for the washi tape shop down below because they were so kind and sent me a nice assortment around the holidays. So I've been really enjoying this one. And then the front of it is my personal number page, and I just continued to use some more of those stickers from the washi tape shop. So it is time to refresh my planner for a new month, for the month of April. One of the first things that I like to do is to change out the cover and the look and feel of the outside of my planner. That just helps me feel like my planner gets kind of a refresh or a new outfit for the month. And I've decided, because the April Deluxe Subscription Box from Jane's Agenda, let me just pull some of these items out. You know, you can see we have these beautiful blushes, pinks. There's a lot of kind of that rosy, taupey. Let's see, this was February. I think that just never got put away, but even the cover has the beautiful florals. So I decided I think I want to switch. I think I have some, oh yeah, these are the other March things. There's my February tab that I never ended up using. I had a little stash of things to be put away apparently, and I just stacked stuff on top of it. So anyway, I decided that I want to switch back to my blush snap-in cover. I just think that'll look really pretty together. So let's go ahead and do that first. That's always kind of a struggle, just because I like to be a little careful and not rip this off too quickly and then end up damaging the plastic tabs. Now this plastic that's used on these snap-in covers from Jane's Agenda is very sturdy, and it has a pretty good give to it. So it's not the end of the world. I don't think I would actually do damage if I like really just yanked it off of there, but just in case, we're gonna be a little more careful. So I'll put my outer cover on. It's actually getting things back on that can be kind of a challenge. And you'll have to let me know in the comments down below if you do something similar, if you are a Jane's Agenda subscriber and you like having this little switching process every month. If you subscribe to either they have a planner cover subscription level where you just get a new cover and a new page finder and some cardstock dashboards each month, or like me, I get the deluxe box, so that comes with the cover options and the inserts. And we'll talk about the inserts too in a little bit, because I have some new things I want to maybe give a try this month. So switch that out with this. Okay, so there's the outer cover changed out. And next, I think I want to do the plastic cover, of course, making sure you can see. So let's take this one off. I did enjoy this one, but I'm also kind of looking forward to freshening things up for April. And it was so nice that we got the set a little earlier this month. I know sometimes it just depends on when they get things in from the manufacturer, but it was nice to get the subscription box in a little bit earlier this month. It just made me feel like I had a little more time to work with some of these ideas. I'm gonna pull out my little extra tab here, or not tab, but I have like a little pull out work surface so I can separate what I'm taking off and what I'm going to be adding to. So there's my page finder, little thank you card. These are my different cardstock dashboard options. All right, so here we go. And let's go ahead and take this one off. This one I noticed when I was flipping a minute ago, it actually kind of rubbed off onto this page, which I don't mind. It actually looks like it's sort of this antiqued finish, and this is just my cover page. It's not that big of a deal. So I choose to get the cover options, which way am I going here? This way, from Jane's Agenda. I think this is still an option when you order. You can choose to get the elastic ribbon, and it is not a color choice. It's always coordinated with the cover that month. But I like having the elastic ribbon on there to keep my planner closed when I'm using only this plastic cover. Now, since I have this outer snap-on cover, I'm sort of double layered up on covers, so I don't use the back cover in that case. What I have been using is the elastic band that we got as one of our doorbuster gifts from Jane's Agenda. Can't remember if it was the warehouse sale last fall maybe, but when I take my planner with me to work, I usually put that elastic band around the outside just to help it all stay together. So that is beautiful, and I do like it with this rusty or dusty pink. I'm just curious to see. It would have looked nice there too, especially all those greens right now, kind of pulling it together, but I'm kind of ready for a little bit of a change. So what am I gonna do? Before I forget, let me just pull out my, so this is my Jordan Essentials catalog. I always carry that with me. These are some things you can't see. Let me set those over here off camera. And then I have my stickers from Bloom. They were so kind and sent me some things to test out as well. So I have my little stickers. I've been enjoying using those here and there. And that all just lives in that pocket. And then I may end up using some of the decorative cards on the inside here. But if nothing else, I kind of like this one, Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. That seems to go with our theme this month anyway. Oh, that one actually was just double-sided tape. I think that came off of a card, and because I do things like that, I peeled it off with the double-sided tape and just stuck it on there. There, I like having that little pop of the gold, and I think that coordinates with this nicely enough. Now we also want to find a dashboard, cardstock dashboard to layer underneath of that. So let's take a look here. The roses are pretty. So this is a vellum dashboard, so it definitely softens the look of the roses. That's a possibility. Let's see what this one looks like. I kind of like that one because to me it feels like you're looking through a rose garden out to the landscape beyond. I like to read. I read a lot more when I was younger, and I have been reading more audiobooks lately, but I'm not a huge library book person these days just because I feel like my life is so full of other things that isn't always something I focus on. Not that I don't love books, but that's okay. That's not my favorite. I am an architecture person because I have an interior design degree, so I do also like that. What was the other one? I like how this pulls those pinks in. I think we're gonna go with that. I could always change it, but for today, this is the one that I'm drawn to. Okay. Yeah, I like that. There's just a little bit of pink that comes through. I don't know how well you can see that with the, it's kind of getting darker out, and I closed my blinds because, hold on, let me see if I can get the blinds open. It was so bright a minute ago that you couldn't see. Ooh, that's much better. Let's see if I can reach the other one without bumping you. Hold on. Okay, much better as long as the sun doesn't get too strong, but now we can actually see. Whoa, so much better. I swear when I sat down to film the video, the sun was too strong and we couldn't see anything anyway. So anyway, all right, so now I'm gonna leave this dashboard in here for March for right now. And this dashboard I think looks pretty with this floral theme and the pink, so I'll probably just switch that over when it's time to move over to the April pages. And for right now, why don't we go ahead and just drop the April, or drop this other, what am I trying to say, page finder. So I like how this has that dusty blue background, and then it makes the pink pop a little more. Now I think if I put it here, then for the next week and a half, when I'm turning to my page, I'll end up turning to this month. So I'm going to turn it upside down and put it down here because I'll be able to feel the difference against the larger hybrid dashboard. Oh, there's the sun a little bit. Hopefully that's still okay. Yeah, so when I'm turning, I'll be able to flip to this one pretty easily. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to do was to try out this new weekly insert. So I did buy the weekly, let's see, which one is this? It's either weekly number 30 or weekly number 15. I can't remember if I had daily 15 and weekly 30 or vice versa. One of the two from Jane's Agenda. And I have been enjoying using it, but I did want to try this new insert we got. So this is a weekly number 31, which makes me think this is weekly number 30 because this, I believe, is the most recent design prior to that. And this was something exclusive to the subscription box this month. It will be coming to the shop starting with July dates. So if you see this and you like it, check out their shop, check out the Jane's Agenda shop in probably June is when things like this will start releasing. That's my guess. See, now there's the sun back. All right, we're gonna try this happy medium, maybe. Anyway, so the current one I have has the days going down a vertical column, and the left-hand side has your priorities, finances, calls and emails to buy, which I would use this as my errand list as well. So this new design, or sorry, let me back up. I need to almost go to this page. The reverse of it on most of the pages is this. So there's a bigger task list, a place for a habit tracker, dot grid, and a reminders box. So it's meant to be used where you have it open like this and you're using both pages as part of the spread. I was using it where I had my daily page on the right. Well, you can see it here. So I actually need to take out some of my daily pages because I am done with that and I'm done with that. So this is how I was using it, where I had this dashboard on the left, my daily page on the right, and then I just knew that this bigger list was on the back. So if I needed to see those items, I would just flip it over. But I think for April, I want to try this new design. That's where I was trying to get to, and then I got myself distracted with the sun and everything else. So let's take this out. So this new design, you would, again, use it open this way. Let me just take out all the April. There, I like how she has dot grid between the months, so it makes it a lot easier to find what you need. So that's going there. And then we'll just pop these in together and I'll kind of show you what I'm thinking. So I'll probably do the same thing and do, well, I have this dot grid page, I have this lined page, and I have this lined page. So I have, and essentially in the back, there's going to be another dot grid. So I have 4 blank pages as part of this April collection that I could use in lots of ways. I'll probably set those up in the next video. So I would have my list and all the things over here and my schedule over here, just schedule at a glance for the week. And the thing that I want to try, I had a couple of thoughts. One thought is this might be enough. Another thought is maybe I need to add back in a smaller monthly habit tracker, because I do have these, because part of what makes it harder for me is to remember to go back to check that habit tracker. The other thing that I noticed was some of those things I just never was doing, and then other things I was getting pretty consistent about doing, and to me that's kind of the whole point. So do I need to continue to check it off a list when I'm just already doing it? Not necessarily. So there's some thoughts there. I have, what else do I have here? This is, I don't know if this is the right QR code. It's E01-7, but I think this is the self-care tracker where there's some morning and evening routine. So that's another possibility. And I could use this more for my, daily cleaning habits and household maintenance kind of habits if I wanted to. I have this daily essentials tip in, which I can't remember what this one looks like. So let's see. Oh yeah, so this is the one, if I can get some out here. So this is the one that has, like, if you just need a little more for the day, it has kind of mangled up that one. So it has a place for a priority, a task list, and then some focus things here. I'm grateful for, self-care, hydrate, and then your meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack. And the back of this is just grid, which is handy. So that's another option. That's the daily essentials tip in, which I believe is currently in the shop. And what I may do is just start that first week of April and see, can't get that in there right this second. I'll do that later. See what I feel like I need. Let's see, we looked at that one. I also just have notes, and this is a weekly habit tracker tip in as well. I don't remember what this one looks like. So that's just a whole bunch of habits. So that would be another option. And the back side is completely blank if I wanted to have a little bit more than just this little habit tracker here. That could be a possibility. And this one is just list and notes. So I want to say one side is lines and the other side is dot grid. Yes. So this one's dot grid on the back and just a big checklist on the front, which could also work. I kind of don't know what I'm going to need because I need to try using this setup, and this is a lot of list space. So this may be enough. Sometimes what I feel like is I just need an extra page for the day. I do like having a little bit of an hourly snapshot of my day, especially if I have some appointments going on, and just sort of a separate space to think on paper. So when I was looking through my stash, I also have this tiny little notebook. This cute little notebook came in, I want to say it was an August box in maybe 2023. It's been a while. It's one of the first things I got when I started getting Jane's Agenda subscription boxes, but I have a bunch of these little daily pages. So this was another thought I had, and actually I'm just going to take some out, and because this would give me a little more of a snapshot of, let's see, how many do I have here, of my day. If I wanted to do the hourly time blocking, I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. Perfect. So that's 5 Monday through Friday. So I think we're gonna give this a try and see how this goes. And I like that these are a smaller size. I don't think these are available in the shop anymore because I think they were just in a sub box to begin with. But you can also see the difference in paper. Jane's Agenda switched paper, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago. And I love the new paper even more. The old paper was fine, but the new paper I like even better. It's smoother, and I like the color. It's a little more of a creamy white. But anyway, this would give me a day page that's not going to completely cover up my other things. And I can even slide it up or down if I decide, you know, like in a way it would be probably more useful up high because that gives me room to write. But down low like this lets me see my habits better. So I'll just try it out and see, and I can always move it around. So yeah, I think I'm going to give that a try for now and just see if that fulfills what I think I need as far as, you know, a place for notes, a little bit more of an hourly time blocking space. I even have, let me see if it would work. I'm looking at this and kind of thinking through things. I'll sit here. Yeah, so I think this is an Erin Condren washi tape that is hourly. I wonder if it would work on here. So it starts at 5 a.m. Let's just see. I could probably cut it or just sort of make it work. 12 p.m. I usually have a 12 p.m. appointment on days quite often. So what if I cut it? Now I'm just playing. You're along for the ride while I figure this out. But my thought was if I wanted to quickly do some time blocking, then something like this would help. So if I did, and I don't know if I have my tweezers up here, which would make, oh I do, make it a little easier. I was doing some planning down on the dining room table earlier just because sometimes it's nice to change venues. Let's see, I need to be able to see how far down I'm going because I also want to have room to write. So we'll go up to the edge of the box right there. I almost could have moved it down, like trimmed it closer and moved it down a little bit, but that gives me room to write. And there we go. Then if this one goes from 12 to, like, I really don't need the later evening stuff, so it's more just a matter of how far down do I want it to go. So if I go from 12 to 5, that would take us to like the dinner hour. let's do that. And then 6 o'clock would be our evening. And I mean, we're in bed by 8 o'clock, so I don't need 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll do 9 at the latest, but we are an early to bed, early rise kind of family. My husband leaves for work at about 3:45, so he gets up super early. I get up pretty early. Sometimes I'm up with him when he leaves. Sometimes I sleep in till 5 or 6. It just depends on how late I got to bed. But anyway, we're like 7:30. We're putting pajamas on and turning TVs off and tablets off and stuff, and that's close enough. There. Okay, so that kind of gives me a look at what I would do if I wanted to do some hourly time blocking, and then have a today, set that down. Have a today to-do list, and that way if I'm, maybe making multiple lists here, so this could be, I talked about this when I unboxed it. You could have an errands list, a home list, and a work list. You could have, this could be your errands list down here, because then you could even break it up by store if you were having to do that. You could have personal, work, and home. You could have projects. Like for me, I could potentially do Jordan Essentials, social media, and other, because typically my work stuff falls under one of those 2 categories. And then this could be home and family. It could be Jordan Essentials, social media, and home and family. Lots of ways you could make that work. But we are going to give that a try for at least the first week of April and see how it goes. Again, trying to use up some of my stash. And I have my friction pen there ready to go. I don't think I'm going to use, I don't think I'm going to use any of the other quote cards, but I may look in my stash and see if there's a different quote card that I want to pull out to decorate the front. But I like this little tab, if nothing else, this little decorative piece here. So I think that is a good reset for my planner and refresh. Helps me feel like I've kind of thought through some things and made my planner feel ready for a new month. And of course, we have a few days to go. So I'm filming this on the 21st, and because March is long, I have a week and 4 more days. So I may end up kind of playing around with those daily pages. Let's see, I think I had 2. Let me see where we are. I'm just sort of thinking through my process now. So this is the last full week of March. And I had enough of these daily pages for 4 days, which is actually perfect, because I end up, sometimes those days that I'm working outside at my accounting job, I don't need a whole lot of space and notes to write on. So this should be plenty to get me through March, and then April I'll switch to those little ones and have my planner more ready to go for a new month and some new systems. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a try. I definitely couldn't use this tab. Well, now that I'm looking at it, sorry, I'm thinking out loud again. Could I use this, since I know I only need to go to 8 p.m. So this would be, it wouldn't quite be enough, but if I did it like till 5, I could almost do like 6 to 5 on there if I wanted to just have something to give me some easy structure on timing of things. But I'll try it out without, and just writing in my appointments. And you could even do, there's room to do, if you only have 1 or 2 appointments today and you want to have a little bit of a to-do list below, you could even do that. So, all right, that's enough just talking about planner options with you, but thanks again for joining me. I hope that was fun for you to get to see the first part of my planner reset and refresh process. The next video, I'll share a little bit more about how I set up some of those inside pages and talk about some options there. And if you have any questions or specific things you're curious about, let me know in the comments down below. Leave me a message too, and just let me know how March is going for you. It feels like it's going by quickly, but I think I was saying that on March 6th. It just feels like every week is very full. And by the time we get to the weekend, I'm thinking, okay, we got through that week, and now, what's left? Like looking ahead, there's still a full week and a few days left of March, but it feels like now we're only halfway through the month, even though we're beyond halfway through the month. So I don't know what that means, but we are getting daffodils blooming finally. And some of my hyacinths have come up and started blooming, and we need to do some more work cleaning up from the high winds and the storm we had the other day. There's still a lot of just small twigs and branches that have fallen in the yard that need to get cleaned up. So it's definitely feeling like spring, and we're all enjoying it. And we've had a nice spring break as well. So thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below if you enjoyed this video. And I will look forward to seeing you again in my next declutter video next Wednesday as we work on decluttering a new space in our home. Have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.